Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at simple statistical functions using the Bolt Electronics case study. In this case study, you will see we have unique order codes in column B, the names of the items sold in column C, the quantity sold in column D, the unit sale price in column E, and the unit cost in column F. Before we continue, we could convert this range into a table to make calculations simpler. In the Insert tab, you will see the Table button, and the shortcut on Windows is Ctrl-T. When you create a table, Excel will first detect the edges of your data and then ask you to confirm that your table has headers. We have headers here in row 3, and so we'll click OK. To get rid of these banded rows, in the Table Design menu, you can choose Table Style, Light, None. We can also remove the filter buttons by unchecking this box. Keeping all of this selected and making sure that you have the first row with the names of each column selected, we can create names for each vertical range by using the Create from Selection tool in the Formulas ribbon. Excel will ask us where we want to create names from. We want to create names using the values in the top row over here, and then click OK. Now, to calculate unit profit, we must calculate the difference between the unit sale price and the unit cost for each order. To do this, simply start with the equal sign and say E4 minus F4 and press enter. To calculate the sale, we need to multiply the quantity sold by the unit sale price. We can do this simply by multiplying the value in D4 by the value in E4. Alternatively, we could calculate this product by using the product function and specifying the quantity sold as our number 1 and the unit sale price as our number 2. Next, profit is calculated as the quantity sold multiplied by our unit profit. Ideally, we'd like to see all these numbers represented in euros. To do that, we can start with this number here. Press Ctrl, Shift, and right arrow to select all our values up to here, and then Ctrl, Shift, down arrow to select them all until row 1004. To convert these into currency, we can use the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-1 to bring up the Format Cells menu. Alternatively, in the Home ribbon, you've got the Format button here and Format Cells. Once you're in this menu, we're going to pick Accounting. We'll pick the Euro symbol over here with the Euro at the end, and we'll leave decimal places as 2. And click OK. Next, we want to calculate the average sale. We can calculate average sale using the average function. And since we named the range in column H, we named it sale, we can just specify sale and close parentheses. Note that the word sale is in blue, and it corresponds to this blue selection over here. To calculate total profit generated, we would use the sum function, as we want the sum of all the values in the profit range over here in column I. So we'll say sum of profit, close parentheses, press enter, and we've got the total profit generated. Since we would like to represent this information in euros, the quickest way would be to select any of these cells with the euro symbol and click on the paint brush over here, the format painter, and paint over these two values here. I'll press escape and come to question 6. The total number of orders placed is the number of orders we see here. We can see these orders go all the way down to order 2001. To calculate the total number of orders placed, we need to calculate the total number of orders placed is the number of orders that have been listed in this range. We can see our orders start from order number 1001 to 2001. Doing simple calculation, we know that there are 1001 orders in total. Using Excel to calculate this, we would use a count function, which is used to calculate the number of cells in a range that contain numbers. We'll say count of, our order codes are all numbers, so we can use that as the range. It's a count of order code, and we have 1001 orders, right? To calculate highest sale, when you need to calculate the highest value in a range, you can use the max function and then specify the range that you want to look at. We want to look at the sale range, and so we'll say max of sale. Similarly, when you want to calculate the lowest value in a range, you would use the min function and then specify the range. If you need to calculate not the highest or the lowest value, but let's say the second or third or 10th highest value or lowest value in a range, we would use different functions, namely the large function, where we first specify the range we want to look at, which is the profit range, and then specify the rank, which is the k argument here. Since we want the second highest, we would put 2 for the second highest and close our parentheses, which is 39.7. The second lowest value in a range, we'll use the small function and, just as before, specify the profit range, and we'll put 2 to calculate the second lowest. If we wanted the third lowest, we put 3, and so on. Large and small have a limitation. If 39.7 being the second highest profit, large and small have one limitation, being if the highest value is repeated several times, for example, if 39.7 appeared several times in this column, then the highest value would be 39.7, and Excel would take the second highest value as also 39.7. One way around this is using the new function called unique, where we would calculate first the unique values in range and then calculate the second highest value. So for that, I'll just replace this with large and then specify unique of all the values in the profit range as our array, and then for the k value we will put 2. We'll do the same thing here for the second lowest profit. Instead of saying small of profit, we would say small of unique profit and then specify 2. We'll convert both of these into euros. I'll first select one of these cells, copy the format, and paint over. and convert it to a percentage using this tool here. Right now there are no decimal places for the percentages, so we will add them using this tool here, increase decimal. And now we have for each sale the percentage it represents of total profits.